Psychology 2E. Senior contributing authors: Rose M. Spielman, William J. Jenkins, Marilyn D. Lovett. Narrated by Synthesized Voice. Audiobook produced by Audileo.com, an OpenStax Technology Partner. Preface. Psychology 2E is designed to meet scope and sequence requirements for the single-semester Introduction to Psychology course. The book offers a comprehensive treatment of core concepts, grounded in both classic studies and current and emerging research. The text also includes coverage of the DSM-5 in examinations of psychological disorders. Psychology incorporates discussions that reflect the diversity within the discipline, as well as the diversity of cultures and communities across the globe. The second edition contains detailed updates to address comments and suggestions from users. Significant improvements and additions were made in the areas of research currency, diversity and representation, and the relevance and recency of the examples. Many concepts were expanded or clarified, particularly through the judicious addition of detail and further explanation where necessary. Finally, the authors addressed the replication issues in the psychology discipline, both in the research chapter and where appropriate throughout the book. This is an audio adaptation of Psychology 2E by OpenStax. You can access the textbook for free at openstax.org. Minor editorial changes were made to ensure a better listening experience. Textbook content produced by OpenStax is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. Source copyright, Rice University. Audio copyright, Audileo.com. For feedback and other audiobooks, please go to Audileo.com. Chapter 1. Introduction to Psychology. Chapter Outline. 1.1 What is psychology? 1.2 History of psychology. 1.3 Contemporary psychology. 1.4 Careers in psychology. Clive Waring is an accomplished musician who lost his ability to form new memories when he became sick at the age of 46. While he can remember how to play the piano perfectly, he cannot remember what he ate for breakfast just an hour ago. Sachs, 2007. James Wannerton experiences a taste sensation that is associated with the sound of words. His former girlfriend's name tastes like rhubarb. Mundasad, 2013. John Nash was a brilliant mathematician and Nobel Prize winner. However, while he was a professor at MIT, he would tell people that the New York Times contained coded messages from extraterrestrial beings that were intended for him. He also began to hear voices and became suspicious of the people around him. Soon thereafter, Nash was diagnosed with schizophrenia and admitted to a state-run mental institution. O'Connor and Robertson, 2002. Nash was the subject of the 2001 movie, A Beautiful Mind. Why did these people have these experiences? How does the human brain work? And what is the connection between the brain's internal processes and people's external behaviors? This textbook will introduce you to various ways that the field of psychology has explored these questions. 1.1 What is psychology? Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to define psychology, understand the merits of an education in psychology. What is creativity? What are prejudice and discrimination? What is consciousness? The field of psychology explores questions like these. Psychology refers to the scientific study of the mind and behavior. Psychologists use the scientific method to acquire knowledge. To apply the scientific method, a researcher with a question about how or why something happens will propose a tentative explanation, called a hypothesis, to explain the phenomenon. A hypothesis should fit into the context of a scientific theory, which is a broad explanation or group of explanations for some aspect of the natural world that is consistently supported by evidence over time. A theory is the best understanding we have of that part of the natural world. The researcher then makes observations or carries out an experiment to test the validity of the hypothesis.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?